Welcome to Are You Quizzing Me? I'm Vineet Nair with my co-host Aditya Kashyap. This is a quizzing trivia podcast show where we ask each other questions and share what we know and learn with you. Though in a quizzing format, it's not competitive. The questions are simply a way of sharing our love of trivia. So sit back, relax, and join us as we explore the depths of human knowledge. Here's the format. We ask each other questions alternatingly, as many as time permits, while giving as many clues as needed to help each other get to the answer. Let's get quizzing.
It's another day and another episode, and we are back, Aditya and I, for a round of quizzing. But before we start, we have to answer the question that Aditya asked all of us last episode. So, Aditya, what is your question and what is your answer?
So we were talking about countries co-opting sports and putting their own country name like American football in front of it to completely just monopolize it. And I asked which country could do that with the 100-meter dash.
Okay.
And Vineet, I have to tell you that I am very proud of this answer, as I am of most of my answers every week. In this
You
case,
shouldn't
it would be. Come on, man. All right. In this case, it would be the Asian country of Iran, because you don't even
Oh,
need
God.
to change anything. You just say Iran.
Oh, God. Seriously, dude, I really don't know what to do with you anymore. Iran,
You just
basically.
have to
I ran
accept.
the 100 meters. I ran 100
I
meters.
ran 100 meters. I ran 100
But it would be
meters, exactly.
Iranian 100 meters, no? If you're saying American football, I can puncture your balloon a little bit. I'm going to rain on your parade today.
But though if you were to be nitpicky like that, technically Iranian would be an anglicized way of saying it.
Okay.
I imagine the Irani way of saying it would be Irani. So Irani 100-meter dash, which still sounds pretty cool if you ask me.
Okay.
Irani 100-meter dash.
God. This is so inane. Okay. Okay. So let's get down to business, as to quote Marshall Mathers. I think it's my turn to start off the proceedings today.
Let us hit it off with your question.
Yes. So I'm going to start with something a little fun. Okay. During this is sports, by the way, so brace yourself. During the 1930 World Cup semifinals between the United States and Argentina, the North Americans were taking a kicking in more ways than one. They eventually lost the match at 6-1, but it was also a very ferocious match with a lot of challenges happening. One particularly bad tackle required that the US trainer, one Mr. Jack Cole, to enter the pitch to give some treatment. However, very shortly after, he was carried off the pitch unconscious. Can you guess why? Okay, let me just say this up front. I don't even think it qualifies as a quiz question, but I found this piece of trivia and I was like, there is no way I'm leaving this out of the next episode.
All right. Okay. No, I love those questions the most. I am gonna venture a guess. He ran into the pole like a cartoon character, just bang on, and
You are half right
fell
in
down.
that it is very
Oh my
cartoony,
God.
but it's not the fact that he ran into a pole.
No, I have no idea. Absolutely, he got hit in the head by a stray ball.
No, no, I'm being very unfair with you. I don't know how you could possibly guess this, but let's just say that this has been a trope of a lot of slapstick comedy movies, especially spy
Did
movies
he
and.
slip on a banana peel?
No, not exactly. Let's just think of maybe like a spy movie or an action movie or somebody trying to kidnap. There's a farce and somebody is trying to kidnap somebody. There's a particular trope in that which basically ran in real life during this match.
Oh, I know what. So if it's a kidnapping trope, then it is somebody driving up in a Maruti van, opening the doors and pulling you in. And That's the trope I know for kidnapping films in Bollywood, especially.
Okay, no.
No, I have no idea. I have no idea, absolutely.
Okay, so as I said, this is not something you could probably guess, but this is so much fun. Okay, so
Hmm.
as Mr. Jack Cole, trainer of the U.S. national football team,
Wait, wait,
was
wait. I want
walking.
one clue. I want one clue. I want to
You want a
try. I
clue?
still
Okay,
want to
you want
try.
a clue. You want
Yeah.
a clue. You want a clue. Okay. Oh God, what kind of clue can I give? Um, Okay, so let's just think of this. If you were thinking of the movies in the 70s or in India, or in
Hmm.
even in I don't know much in Hollywood, I don't think this was a too much of a trope. But in if you were supposed to kidnap somebody in the 1970s, right, and you wanted to do it quietly, what would you do or what would you use?
Chloroform?
Yes, bang on.
What? What does chloroform have to do with anything? Okay,
Okay,
please tell
so
me. Please tell me.
Mr. Jack Cole, trainer of the U.S. national football team, trotted onto the grass, and as he was walking along, he dropped his medical bag, and in doing so, he broke a vial of chloroform which was in the bag. The fumes knocked him
Okay.
out, and as a result, it was he rather than the player that he went to treat who was carried off the pitch.
Vineet, I gotta say, you're playing fast and loose with the whole quizzing idea here, but I'm so for it. I'm here for this. For trivia, which nobody should know, nobody would know, but now we do, I guess.
Should I just make up for this silly question and just ask a serious one?
Oh, and you know what? No, let's leave it at that. Let's treat it as a proper question. I love it.
Okay,
We'll
great,
wait for
great,
your proper question next. Yeah.
great.
Okay.
Okay, your turn.
I have nothing remotely as interesting, but let me try. Um, this I'm talking about a garment, a piece of garment
Okay,
that is the most expensive garment ever sold at a Christie's auction back in 2006. There are three versions of this garment. One is kept in an archive. The other is at a museum of garment in Madrid. And the third one was the one
okay,
that was at the Christie's auction
okay. So this is the most expensive garment ever sold.
in 2006. It was for 607,000 euros.
So is it like a record that still stands, or was it just for something that at that point of time?
The article that I'm referring to is from 2020, and it
Okay,
says it is still the
the most
highest
expensive.
for a garment. There is a small caveat, but I'll get to the caveat later.
Okay,
It'll be a clue. Yeah, let's say that.
okay. No, so you'll have to give me a clue because I'm like, what kind of garment? Is it some kind of film prop?
You have given yourself the hint, I guess.
Okay,
Yes. So
it's a film prop.
the caveat was it is not the most expensive garment ever. It is the most expensive garment that has been seen in film.
Oh,
Yeah.
most expensive garment with seen in film. Okay, so we're talking about iconic. Oh, okay. I have a guess. Um, is this the little black dress from Breakfast at Tiffany's?
Vinny, sometimes I just wonder what do you eat for breakfast? Because by the time midnight rolls around, you're still working at 100% of efficiency. Yes, you are right. That is the answer. It is the black dress, the Holly Golightly's dress from Breakfast at Tiffany's. So, just a little bit more trivia in relation to this. So, this was designed by, oh boy, I'm gonna embarrass myself, but Hubert de Givenchy. Is that how that
Oh,
fashion brand is pronounced?
okay.
Givenchy, however that is
Oh, that's
pronounced.
Givenchy,
Uh,
right? Givenchy? Givenchy? I
Givenchy.
think so.
Okay.
I'm not sure
Yeah.
either.
I'm not even going to bother fact checking this. So let it be. Yeah, that so the guy designed it, and this was obviously for Audrey Hepburn for the movie based off of the book Breakfast at Tiffany's, for which, by the way, Truman Capote, the author, had envisioned not Audrey Hepburn, rather Marilyn Monroe, who turned down the role. And hence the iconic role went to Audrey Hepburn. And this was sold in an auction at Christie's in 2006 for a whopping 607,000 euros. The other two versions of the dress, one is at the Archive of Givenchy, and one is at the Museum of Garment in Madrid. And the money that was raised was actually given for funds for children in Kolkata, for underprivileged kids in Kolkata. So that's a little bit of an India tie-in over there. Yeah.
Okay. You gave me a very nice segue when you connected it with India. So my next question is a very Indian question. Again, this is I love this piece of trivia because I don't think many people know this about this particular person, even though he's very, very famous. Okay, so here's go. It's a little bit of a long question because this person's had a very eventful life. Frankly, I'm jealous. In 1947, this individual, along with his wife, after leaving their infant son at home, conducted a daring flight through Dutch guns and rescued the first PM of Indonesia and other Indonesian freedom fighters. Apart from rescuing one PM, he was also the one who named a future president of Indonesia. He later flew sorties over Kashmir in 1947. And this kind of daring was nothing new to this man. Okay, he had flown innumerable sorties to rescue British families fleeing the Japanese advance on Rangoon. He dropped arms and supplies to Chinese troops while fighting the Japanese, and later to the Soviet army struggling against Hitler's onslaught near Stalingrad. Before that, he was jailed by the British for dropping political leaflets to Indian soldiers fighting under British command in Burma. He also flew clandestine missions that carried Congress party leaders from hideouts across India. Although very initially close to the Nehru Gandhi family, he was one of the first individuals to be jailed during the emergency. He has twice served as a chief minister of a state and has an airport, stadium, and university named after him. And in something of a very unique honor, I think, even across the world, when he died, his coffin was wrapped in not one, but 3 national flags. Who is this guy? Who is this individual?
Just based off of the last clue, somebody who's been honored by multiple countries, I would have guessed Rabindranath Tagore, but I don't think Tagore was flying around that much.
No, I think by 1947 he had passed away.
Fair enough, yeah. Okay, multiple countries. Pilot. Is this the chap who was? But again, he's famous because his court case was the one which led to juries being.
No, you're talking
removed
about
from the Indian
Nanavati.
judiciary.
You're thinking of
Nanavati,
Nanavati.
right?
Yes,
Yeah.
he was a naval officer. He was a naval
Oh,
officer.
he was a naval officer. No, right. He was not a pilot. He was a naval officer.
Yes.
Pilot who has been the chief minister twice over.
Yes, he's twice served as the chief minister of a state.
Is it the same state, and which state is that?
Okay. If I give that, that's kind of giving it away.
Oh,
but
no, trust me, I wouldn't be able to guess. But
I'll give you this. His son is also a chief minister.
oh, is it Sachin Pilot?
No.
Oh, okay.
That would be a very nice one if it was pilot, but no.
Cute little tie-in over there. Okay. His son is also chief minister and
Of the same state.
Of the same state.
Yes.
Wow. Who
I mean,
was
like, I see, as I said, our generation doesn't know how much of a badass this person was. So, as I said, even if you give me his son's name or tell me it's like this person's father, I'll give it to you. It's frankly a crime that most people that I've talked to have not heard of this person. I mean, like, when I tell him that this is, this chief minister's father, they are like, oh, okay. But when you tell him all the badass things, I mean, like, literally, I wouldn't be able to fit all the badass things he's done into a question. It's just this man has lived a life that it would read stranger than fiction. If you wrote it in a novel, people would be like, please.
Wow, interesting. Okay. No, I definitely need a hint. So
Okay.
whatever hint you want to give me.
I will give you a hint. This is the only hint I can give. His son and he were chief ministers of Odisha.
Naveen Patnaik?
It is Naveen Patnaik's father.
Yeah, I mean Naveen Patnaik. No, I was
Yeah.
actually going to say Naveen Patnaik because I know his father was, but I had no idea his father was such a
Oh yeah, yeah. Yes, seriously.
legendary
Okay, I'm gonna go there into a little detail. But Naveen Patnaik's father, of fondly called Biju Patnaik, but who was
Biju
born
Patnaik, right? Yeah.
Bijayananda Patnaik. Okay.
Okay.
Now, let me just get into the badassery of this man a little bit. He met Jawaharlal Nehru during his participation in the Indonesian freedom struggle and became one of his trusted friends. When the Dutch attempted to quell Indonesian independence in July 1947, President Sukarno ordered Shajir, who the former Prime Minister of Indonesia, to leave the country to attend the first Inter-Asia conference, which was organized by Nehru in July 1947, and to foment international public opinion against the Dutch. Right, but then Shajir was not able to leave Indonesia, so Nehru asked Biju Patnaik to rescue this guy along with other Indonesian freedom fighters. Biju Patnaik and his wife Gyanvati, who's also a pilot, by the way, amazing lady, flew to Java, dodging the Dutch guns, entered Indonesian airspace, landed on an improvised strip near Jakarta. Using leftover fuel from abandoned Japanese military dumps, he took off with prominent rebels, including Sultan Shajir and Ahmad Sukarno, for a secret meeting with Nehru in Delhi. For this act of bravery, he was given honorary citizenship in Indonesia and awarded the Bhumiputra, the highest Indonesian award rarely granted to a foreigner. In 1995, when Indonesia was celebrating its 50th Independence Day, Biju Patnaik was awarded the highest national award, the Bintang Jasa Utama. In 2015, Sukarno's daughter Megawati Sukarnoputri recounted how it was Patnaik who suggested that she be named Meghavati, or Daughter of the Clouds. She became Indonesia's first female president, serving from 2001 to 2004. Patnaik was also close to Indira Gandhi, who took over the Congress party in 1967. But after the presidential election in 1969, they clashed. He left the Congress and formed a regional party. In the 1971 assembly poll, his party did well, and Patnaik then re-established contact with Jayaprakash Narayan. And when the emergency was declared in 75, Biju Patnaik was one of the first to be arrested along with other opposition leaders. You should really read about this man. His war exploits are just wow, legendary. His wife, another badass person. And by the way, the infant son that he left behind, well, while he and his wife went on a mission from which there was no guarantee they would come back from, that was Naveen Patnaik.
God damn, that is one hell of a story. That is so cool. I'm just thinking when you were telling me the story, it sounded like a Top Gun Maverick level of
I know.
bravado and this deserves to be in film. I don't know why it hasn't been made, and hopefully soon.
Frankly really surprised. It is shocking to me that Akshay Kumar has not volunteered to play Vijayananda Patnaik.
You have put it out there in the universe. There is soon going to be a Biju starring Akshay Kumar
Yeah.
in the works.
Probably
Wonderful,
naming the
wonderful.
title Meghanand.
What a great piece of trivia. Love that. Wow. And again, like you said, I knew Naveen Patnaik and his father were in politics and presumably chief ministers, but damn, I had no idea that there was
I
such
mean,
a
seriously,
fantastic story.
okay, by the way, three flags that were draped across his coffin when he died were the flags of India, Russia, and Indonesia. Now, there may be other individuals, but I could not find any other individual who had three flags over their coffin. That's a
Wow,
very,
pretty
very
cool.
rare honor.
Good for the Patnaiks. Yeah.
Yeah. So, next question, your turn.
So this particular form of entertainment uh, was given its name based off of the sponsorship that it received. So the name that it is known as came from the sponsors, the type of sponsors that they had. What form of entertainment that has been long running for perhaps almost close to a century, or slightly short of a century, is being referred to here? What am I talking about?
Okay, so we're talking about a form of entertainment which was got its name because of the type of sponsors it had.
Mhm.
It's not vaudeville, right? Not vaudeville.
No, not vaudeville.
Soapbox. No, wait, soapbox entertainment.
Sorry.
No. Wait, no, that's Apple Card. No, isn't there something about a soapbox? I no, I'm thinking of something else. Okay, no, that was a random guess. Okay, I need a clue of some sort here.
Okay, I'm trying to think of a clue which would be apt. It is. It aimed at the mostly female population. This particular form of entertainment.
Soap opera.
Soap opera is the right answer, which is why I was just like, "Oh, you were
I
right there with soapbox." Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why I was thinking soapbox. I was thinking of actually an apple cart. People, standing on apple carts and doing something. I don't know what
Oh,
kind of
okay.
connection my brain was making. But then suddenly, for some reason, I went from apple cart to soapbox. And I was thinking, what the hell am I thinking? I'm like, okay, that's
That's
dumb
quite
connection my
quite
brain's making.
the free flowing connection stream of
Oh yeah,
consciousness
you
happening there.
don't want to be inside my head, frankly. It's like a dystopian landscape inside.
Hey, honestly, half the time it just entertains me and it blows me away. So when you what is happening in there, keep it going. And as per usual, you got that right. It is a
Okay.
soap opera. Soap operas were named because soap and detergent commercials, which were the main sponsors of the shows, were originally broadcast during the shows. And they were aimed at women who were presumably cleaning their house at the time of viewing. And so the main target audience were women. They thought that women cleaning the house would also want to be perhaps shown commercials which was related to cleaning, and so soap and detergent commercials, and that's how those soap operas came to be known as soap operas. That was my
Nice.
title question.
Nice. Okay. Let's move from TV to movies. Okay. X, this individual, is an Irish born actor raised in Leeds, England. He's been nominated 8 times for the Best Actor Oscar, but never won it once. He was bestowed the Special Oscar for Lifetime Achievement in 2003, but he tried to turn it down, stating that he was still in the game and would like more time to win the lovely bugger outright. Who's this actor?
Sean Connery.
No. No, frankly, I don't think Sean Connery's. I'm like, with all due respect to the gentleman, I don't think he's done anything that would warrant 8 Academy Award nominations.
Okay.
Nominated 8 times
uh,
for Best Actor.
Sir Ian McKellen.
Oh, very good candidate, but no. Close. He would be, I think, if not a contemporary, maybe slightly one generation prior to Ian McKellen. I'd have to look at their ages to
Oh,
confirm. But yeah, I think he's maybe like 10, 15 years older.
okay. Are there any other hints for maybe the body of work for this actor?
You know him for sure. That is a guarantee.
Uh-huh.
If
Uh-huh.
nothing else, if I tell you the movies that he's been nominated for, okay, I'll give you two level clues. I'll give you the clues of the actors who actually won the Oscars the years that he was nominated. Okay,
Uh-huh.
it's an indirect clue. I'm just trying to torture you a little bit. So the first time was 1962. He was nominated, but the award went to Gregory Peck for To Kill a Mockingbird.
Okay.
Again nominated in 64, but it went to Rex Harrison for My Fair Lady. Then in
Okay.
68, went to Cliff Robertson for Charlie. 69, it went to John Wayne for True Grit. 72, it went to Marlon Brando for The Godfather. In 80, it went to Robert De Niro for Raging Bull. In 82, it went to Ben Kingsley for Gandhi. And in 2006, it went to Forrest Whitaker for The Last King of Scotland.
Well, 2006, I definitely remember the Oscars. And Forrest Whitaker is, that guy was a fantastic actor. Is it Michael Caine by any chance?
No, it's not Michael Caine.
So I'm trying to think of British actors, but then you said he's Welsh or Scottish? What did you say? Scottish.
Irish born.
Irish.
So that's
Sorry.
Irish born. So it's quite obvious from his name that he is Irish. Or maybe,
Oh.
yeah, Irish, yeah. Mostly Irish or Scottish. You wouldn't confuse it as an English name. Even though he's become completely he's played so many English characters. Okay, I'll give you this. He's most of his nominations have come for, at least 3 of them have come for playing historical characters. Like they're all period pieces.
It isn't Laurence Olivier, right? No, you said it's a very...
Not Laurence Olivier, no. Okay, I'll give you the movies. I'll tell you the movies that he was nominated for. Working backwards, right? So,
Okay.
because if I tell you the first one, you'll get it immediately. So I'm just going to go backwards. In 2006, it was for the movie Venus. In 1982, it was for My Favorite Year. In 1980, it was for The Stunt Man. In 72, it was for The Ruling Class.
Okay.
69, it was for Goodbye, Mr. Chips.
Okay.
68, it was The Lion in Winter. 64, it was Beckett. And 62...
Okay, Beckett. Is that guy, the tall dude, the really tall dude.
Yes, the really tall dude, blue eyes.
He was miscast in, then I'm guessing the first film was Lawrence of Olivier.
Yes, it is Lawrence of Arabia.
What is Lawrence of Arabia? Lawrence of Arabia. He was miscast because Lawrence of Arabia was not that tall, but they cast him.
He wasn't that tall. He was not that tall.
And that was one of the most historically inaccurate casting in that way, but he did a fantastic job. Oh my God, what's his name? What is that guy's name? It is... I'm gonna go outside and kick myself after this podcast recording. It is something no. I'm trying to think of Scottish and Irish names.
He was. You might say he was something of a tool.
It is Peter O'Toole.
Yes, it is Peter O'Toole.
It is Peter O'Toole. Yes, it is. Of course, it is.
So Peter Seamus O'Toole was the son of a Scottish nurse and an Irish metal plater. So you know his achievements, all the movies he's made. You don't need me to tell you all of this. I'll just tell you about a small snippet regarding his Lifetime Achievement Award. In 2002, the Academy honored him with an Academy Honorary Award for his entire body of work and lifelong contribution to film. He balked at accepting and wrote to the Academy a letter saying that he was still in the game and would like more time to win the lovely bugger outright. The Academy informed him that they would bestow the award whether he wanted it or not. He told Charlie Rose in January 2007 that his children admonished him, saying that it was the highest honor one could receive in the film industry. O'Toole agreed to appear at the ceremony and receive his honorary Oscar. It was presented to him by Meryl Streep, who has the most Oscar nominations of any actor or actress. He joked with Robert Osborne during an interview at Turner Classic Movies Film Festival that he's the biggest loser of all time due to his lack of Academy Awards even after 8 nominations.
Wow. A very, very good actor. I haven't seen a lot of his films, but the few I've seen, very, very good.
Lion in Winter, you have to see The Lion in Winter.
I have not seen that one. I'll check it out.
No, it's just amazing. Goodbye, Mr. Chips. It's very, I watched Goodbye, Mr. Chips when I was very young and I didn't quite get it. When you watch it as an adult, it hits you a little differently. You have to get used to the camera angles and the camera movement, which is very different from the kind of editing and, cinematography that we have now. But once you get immersed into it, now it's a brilliant film.
I felt a similar vibe from like Kurosawa films. because I wanted to watch something different from the usual Hollywood, and that's when I first encountered one of the biggest names outside of the US. And I realized you are so used to watching films of a certain grammar and
Yeah.
a certain way of storytelling that when you watch something very different coming from a different background, it is jarring initially. Like Kurosawa's
Yes, it
editing
is.
and stuff is very iconically
And
Kurosawa.
he holds a
And
shot. He
mm,
holds a shot for a long time. I
mm-hmm.
what is that movie? There is the movie about the nameless samurai who comes to town. Yoshido, no, yeah,
Seven Samurai is not the nameless
no,
samurai.
no, not Seven Samurai. So there's one which it's been remade a number of times. Um, I'm trying to remember the name of the
Not
movie.
Rashomon either.
No, no, not Rashomon. Rashomon, I have another trivia for Rashomon. Rashomon is just a classic. I watched that movie many times. I can't remember the name of this movie. It's about a nameless samurai who comes to a town,
Right.
and then it's like Shane. I think Shane was inspired by this movie. If I'm not
Okay, we shall
I don't
fact check this later.
fact check that, please, please. It was just a. I'm
Hmm.
not sure if Shane was inspired by it, but it's a very similar kind of concept. Ronin coming to town. But you're
Right.
right. Kurosawa's grammar, his way of shooting things is so different. It takes it's almost a shock watching it
Hmm.
for the first time. It's almost a shock. And if you're used to this kind
And
of
but
snappy
it is
editing,
rewarding. Yeah, it is rewarding though once you start getting
yes,
used to it. Yeah.
once you get used to it, yes, I totally agree. You know that famous scene in Rashomon where he throws a dagger and pins a leaf onto a tree.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I watched that and then I read a piece of trivia about it and I went watched it again. So
Okay.
in those days there were no special effects. Right? This is a movie from the 40s. So he had to shoot a scene where the samurai throws a knife and it spirals through the air and hits a floating leaf and pins it to a tree. Now, he wasn't
Right.
able to do that because there's no special effects at the time. So, what he did
Hmm.
was he did it in reverse. He pinned a dagger to a leaf, had a very small thin twine, and then yanked it, shot that, and for the movie, he put it in reverse.
I
That
was
was
going
his
to say
ingenuity.
that is a very very smart filmmaker. Obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful. That's a very lovely piece of additional trivia for us. Thanks,
Yes.
Vineet. Okay, I believe that is back to me. This is a connect question, so connect these
Oh.
entities.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Jung Il Woo,
Okay.
Macao,
Okay.
honeycomb toffee, and COVID.
But is this that Netflix series? What is it called? Squid Games? No, it's Squid Game. No, it's
No,
called.
it's not Squid Game. No, it's not Squid
No,
Game.
okay. Is Jungle Boo in Squid Game? I don't know. I don't. I mean,
I
is
don't think so. No.
no, he's not in Squid Game. No, when he said honeycomb toffee, I was like, okay, it must be that the cracker thing that they try to cut.
Oh,
No,
no, that's a great guess, but no, no.
okay. Jungle Boo, Macau, right?
Macau?
Is this connect a movie?
It's not.
Oh, it's not a movie. It's not a movie. Okay, I'm because by the moment you said Jungle Book, I'm thinking of movies and what movies it could be, and I was thinking with okay, no, so it's not a movie.
No, it's not a movie.
Is it the Hong Kong protests? No,
Hong
I don't
Kong
know.
protest? No, no, it's
No.
not. It's not.
Hmm.
So let me again repeat the four things. Okay, there's a South Korean actor Jungle Woo,
Yes.
Macau,
Okay.
honeycomb toffee, and COVID-19.
What is gambling? South Korean actor, COVID, and toffee have in common? Gambling. It's not to do with movies. No, my mind keeps going to, for some reason, to a Jackie Chan movie.
Gambling is perhaps not the connect to Macau that would help here.
Okay.
Hmm.
Huh. What else is Macau famous for? I'm very ignorant about the place. The only thing I know about is, gambling and the casinos in Macau and the hotels and whatnot.
Fair enough, but no. In this case, Macau is just the place that would connect these things. So it isn't so much about what Macau is famous for. Macau just happened to be the place that connects. It'll be clearer once you know the answer. Um,
Okay, give me another clue.
so the honeycomb toffee that I'm talking about is a Korean honeycomb toffee, and the connect is literally that toffee actually, or the name of the toffee rather. So I would not fault you even for the slightest moments if you don't know this answer, because you,
No, no, wait,
Vineet,
wait,
were a
wait.
frontline worker during COVID-19. But for the rest
Wait,
of
no,
us
no,
who were not
something
frontline,
has come to mind.
okay,
But if
hit me
you
with the
ask
answer.
me why my brain made this connection, I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Okay.
Is it that coffee thing?
You are just a
What was
genius.
it called? What is
That's
it called? The thing where they keep whipping the coffee till it becomes, I don't know, like some kind of
no.
paste.
Before I answer that question, Vineet, I need to tell you that, or I need to ask you rather, does the G in your name stand for genius? Is it Vineet Genius Nair? Is
No, 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 please, not on the podcast.
it
Okay.
it is
Uh,
just fantastic how you cracked it, and I would love to someday know how, when you figure
no,
out
I
how your
wouldn't be
brain
able to
works
tell
that
you. For
out.
some reason, it just, like I said, now soapbox, apple cart, it just, I just made a connection. I am trying to understand how the connection came through. Just
Yeah, I feel like you make it tough for our audience to
wait, is
believe that
it
this is not a
I think
scripted
Jungle Woo
podcast.
had a
You are,
TikTok or
you're right,
something
you're
where he
right,
did
you're
the
right, you're absolutely right. The answer is Dalgona coffee. The answer is Dalgona
Dalgona,
coffee.
Dalgona. Okay, yes, I'm trying to remember the name of that thing. It was
No,
a.
you got it right. It's fine. I'll give it to you.
What's the
Dalgona is
connection with
basically
Macau?
so. South Korean actor Jung Woo was doing a TV show called Star's Top Recipe. And in
Okay.
this particular show, he would visit different outlets, and they would try different things at all these eateries.
Huh.
In a Macanese coffee shop called Whiting Coffee,
Huh, huh, huh,
there
huh.
was
Okay.
this particular drink being served, and it wasn't called Dalgona coffee back then. It's just that when Jungle Woo had it, he was reminded of the Korean honeycomb toffee,
Which is
and
also called
which is
Dalgona.
called Dalgona. That's the one that's called Dalgona, and he likened it to that, and that's how Dalgona coffee became popular. This was aired in January 2020, and obviously by
During
the time
COVID. Yeah, right. It became
March
popular
rolled
during
around,
COVID.
it became massively viral on TikTok, and everybody started making their own Dalgona coffee, which also has a small India connect again, because a lot of people compared it to Fitti Hui coffee or beaten coffee, as is served in
Huh.
a lot of Indian places as well. The only difference being over there that there is milk that is added to beaten coffee in India. In this case, it was whipped
No, they whip coffee
mix on
grounds and
top.
sugar first, right?
Yeah, so milk is so the way that it's written down, at least in this article, is milk is poured on top of the whipped mix rather than spooning the whipped mix on top of the milk. So that is the difference
Okay.
between Dalgona coffee, as was shown on the show, versus beaten coffee in India. But yes, the connect is absolutely spot on. It is Dalgona coffee. You're right.
Hmm. The Mad Max train in my brain works again.
You're on the right track. Yes.
Okay. This is a connect. Since you gave me a connect, I'm going to hit back at you and give you a connect. Not a connect per se. It's like a list. It's a listicle. Let's just put it this way. It's somewhere in half in between. The following, okay, are the names of chess pieces in Persian. Okay,
Okay.
Sarbaz, Azb, Peel, Furs, X, and Y. So I give you four: Sarbaz, Azb, Peel, Furs, and then there's X and Y. I need you to tell me what X and Y are.
Hmm. These are just chess pieces, right?
Yes, these are chess pieces.
Wazir?
Good guess, but no. A little more common than that. Something you would know. You know this, but
Uh,
you don't know that this is this, basically. Let's just put it this way.
okay.
I guarantee you
Yeah,
150% that you have heard of X and Y. You've heard them together, and you bet you may have never made the connection that this is
it's
what it
from the
is.
world of chess.
Yes.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Could you repeat the names again?
Okay. I'll give you a clue as well as we go along.
Yeah,
Right.
perhaps. Yeah, it doesn't
The
matter.
first one is Sarbaz.
Mm-hmm.
Sarbaz is basically soldier, infantryman, or pawn.
Okay.
Azb, also
Mm-hmm.
known as Faras in Arabic, is horse or knight.
Okay.
Peel or Alfil, which is in Arabic, is elephant.
Okay.
Furs is counselor. I think what we would call a queen.
Right.
Okay, or basically minister. I remember when I was a kid, when we used to play chess, when my father taught me chess, he used to call the queen always, the minister, because they used to have their own appellations for the same. So I'm guessing it's from this. What is missing? Just think of what's missing, and then try putting that into it, and you may get the answer.
What did we miss? We got the rook, we got the knight, we got the queen, we missed the king and the
Yes,
bishop.
we did miss the king and
And the
something else
bishop.
as well. You've got something wrong in your countdown. So go over that once again, please.
Pawn, you said infantry. You said
Yes.
knight, you said horse, right? I believe. Yeah, you said
Yes,
horse.
horse or knight, yes.
Didn't you say elephant?
Yes, I did say elephant.
So that would be the rook, right?
I don't know.
Am I just naming it wrongly? Oh my god, am I embarrassing myself on a podcast? Wait, the castle. Is that is that not what it's
Okay,
called?
just keep thinking, keep thinking.
Okay, I thought the two left were the bishop and the king.
Okay, let's just assume that it's not the bishop. So what would it be? As in what in
Mm.
your list, it's not the bishop is already covered. Let's
Oh,
just
so
assume
then
that the bishop is.
Rook is the one that I'm probably
Yes,
misnaming for some
yes,
reason.
yes, yes. Okay. So
Okay,
what are
all
the
right.
which are the two that you have missing right now? It
Now
is
that I've
the
gone past that embarrassment of not knowing the chess pieces, the rook and the king.
yes.
Um,
Now try that in Persian.
yeah, I do speak fluent Persian. Yeah, fluent Farsi speaker. Um, I know it is Shah, which is where Shah Mat checkmate comes from.
Yes, yes. Okay, you are
Uh,
very close.
so is Shah the king? Am I?
You have to give me both. You can't give me one.
Oh, I know. The rook is called Amit and the king is called Shah. It's Amit Shah, obviously.
Do you want to
No.
get cancelled?
No. Um,
Though you are close though with your joke, even though how horrible, and I apologize to everyone for that horrible joke, but you are close to the
no
actual
way.
answer.
No way. Is it actually somebody's name with Shah?
I don't
Some
know.
famous person whose name is Shah. Oh my God, with this I don't knows, I swear. Okay. Oh, I'm just thinking of my classmates who were called Shah because I had a bunch of them when I was at Ahmedabad.
Yeah.
I don't think they are the ones that you are referring to here.
No, no, no. Okay.
Um,
Let me just put it this way again. A last clue before I give you
mhm.
the answer is that
Yes, please.
let's just put the what are the missing ones? What are the missing chess pieces?
The rook, and the king.
Okay. And
But
what are
oont,
your names for the
oont,
same?
I don't know. Oont, I don't know because I'm thinking camel, oont. I don't know. I have literally no other name for it in
No?
Persian.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Shah, something Shah. Shah Jahan. No, that doesn't make any sense. Um,
You are going to kill yourself.
oh man, am I? Oh yeah, that's not new at all. It's every episode. um, no, either a
Do you
hint
give
or
up?
if there's no hint, then give me the answer. Yeah, just give it to me.
Yeah. Okay. So, king in Arabic
Uh-huh.
is Shah, as you
Uh-huh.
said, and rook in Arabic is. Rook. It's Shah Rukh.
Oh my God, come on.
So Shah and Rook
Rook.
basically means king and rook.
Interesting, interesting. Is that though the name, is it the same or does it sound similar?
No, I think it's the same because the
Oh,
spellings is the
interesting.
same. Everything is the same. Shah Rukh Khan, SRK
Okay.
for those non-Indian listeners of our podcast. We do have them. I'm not just saying things. So for them, Shah Rukh Khan is probably the biggest actor in the world in terms of fan following. His name is Shah Rukh Khan, which is a very popular Pathan surname. And Shah and Rook apparently mean king and rook. So he's named after not one but two chess pieces. So he has an unfair advantage from the get go.
Because the only reason I ask is because I thought that rook was face. We'll have to probably fact check this,
We'll
and
have to
maybe it
probably
is
fact check this,
similar,
yeah. No,
maybe
so because
as
I
words
came to know
go.
that in Persian, rook means rook, and and king means Shah. So I was like, oh, this is a brilliant question.
So I literally just, yeah. Well, it sounds similar even if it isn't the
No,
exact
I was just
origin.
waiting for you to go from Amit Shah, then you went to Shah Jahan, and I was like, okay, he's going to go down the alphabet train now.
Shah Rukh did not occur to me. That is really strange. Okay. Funny, but lovely little, if nothing else, a coincidence. That's a cute piece of trivia. I
Yes,
love
if
those.
nothing else, a coincidence.
So we are on to my question. Okay, what was designed by three Italian designers, Piero Gatti, Cesare Paolini, and Franco Teodoro, in 1968 when they observed what their workers were doing during their break time, during their smoke breaks and their break times? What did these designers come up with?
Can you name those designers again, please?
The names perhaps won't give the clue, won't help, but I will give you the names again, anyways. Piero
Uh,
Gatti, Cesare Paolini, and Franco
okay.
Teodoro.
Paolini. Why am I thinking Ferrari for some reason?
No, it isn't.
Nothing to do with Ferrari.
Nothing even close to that. No. Okay, let me bring you a bit closer. This is for, they used to work for a company called Zanota, and this was a furniture company.
So they watched what people were doing during their lunch breaks,
Mhm.
smoking breaks, or cigar breaks, or lunch breaks. And they
Coffee,
designed
cigarette break,
something.
whatever breaks. Yeah,
This is
the
a coffee
breaks
table.
themselves.
Please don't tell me this is a coffee table.
No, it is not the coffee table. No,
Oh, is it an ashtray? Did they design the
it's
first
not an
ashtray?
ashtray either. No, it's not an
Okay, I'm
ashtray.
just being silly now. Hmm.
So it is 1960s we are talking about. So something a lot more you would associate with the 60s and more modern than an ashtray.
Okay, I need a clue. You'll have to give me a clue.
Okay, let me see if this helps. The original version of this now, the normal, or rather the common name for it is what I'm looking for. So the original product was called Sacco.
Sako.
Sacco.
The original product was called Sako. They observed people doing something during their cigarette breaks or lunch breaks.
Coffee breaks, cigarette, whatever breaks, and in a furniture company. So they were working in a furniture company. They observed their workers doing something during their
Oh.
breaks, and they realized that this is a potential idea that they should create.
Nope, no idea.
Sacco. Okay, let me add on a little bit more. The target user was the lax hippie community and their non-conformist household.
Okay. The non-conformist household. Wait, is this a beanbag?
You are absolutely right. It is a bean bag. Very, very well cracked.
Non-conformist community hippies. Yeah,
Absolutely, absolutely.
lounging around
So
basically.
they saw their workers resting on bags of styrofoam. So styrofoam, which would be used to pack other furniture, perhaps.
Yes,
They
yes.
would see these bags which are filled with styrofoam. Their staff would be sitting on those bags during the coffee and cigarette breaks. And that's how the idea for the beanbag came to them. And they called it sacco, which is in Italian, I believe, sack. Obviously,
Okay,
from
okay, okay.
the
I
shape of
a
the
small confession here.
beanbag.
When you said Sacco, I had heard it as Sacco, and I was thinking. So when you said non-conformist and furniture and people lounging around, I was thinking
Uh-huh.
of something that they would sit in and be sucked into.
No, no, not Sacco, but Sacco,
Sacco, okay.
SACCO, Sacco, which was the first ever beanbag made by the company Zanota. And that's how beanbags came to be. Yeah.
But it's an unpopular opinion, but I never liked beanbags.
Oh, not even as a child?
No, I've never been a fan of beanbags. I like something with a lot of support, whether it's my mattress or whether it's my sofa. I like a lot of support. Beanbags seem so out of control. You can't control your posture. You can't control anything. I know this is outing myself as a control freak, but still, I just don't enjoy them. And sometimes when you get in them, especially after a meal, it's very difficult to get out.
At this point, I would like to tell our listeners that I do not want to do these questions, the stupid questions that I ask at the end. It is Vinith's controlling nature that makes me do this. And I am blinking twice for anybody to come rescue
Yes,
me, but
he's
nobody's watching
blinking for a
this.
podcast. That,
This
that
is
that should tell you that should tell you
yeah, okay.
everything.
Man, no wonder. No wonder Vinith is the genius in this podcast. That's right. I had the glamour
The-
quotient on the podcast.
which is true. Which is true. Aditya is definitely the better looking one.
I have a face which was made for podcasting. It's how I would like to put
No, see that's updating the old adage. No, he has a face made for radio.
it. Made for radio. And a voice made for newspapers, yes.
Okay,
That,
okay. So that was a fun
on that
episode.
note, yes, that is, I believe, the end of our episode.
Yes, that's the end of our episode. But before I do my wind up spiel, Aditya, do you have a question? Please note, I'm asking this in a very relaxed voice. I am in no way controlling him.
That's, I mean, you're a
Unless you
good
are
actor. That's
susceptible to hypnotism, in which case your people around you may be just asking you random questions by now.
okay. If there was such an outfit from Bollywood, which would be considered the most expensive ever, as was the case with the black dress, which iconic outfit would that be? And this is my question for next week. Please tune back
Yes,
in.
yes. Yes, so everybody, you've heard it. Send us your answers if you're interested. Let's see if you can go as low as Aditya. So thank you. That's all for this episode. We hope you enjoyed the show. If you liked what you heard, please consider subscribing to our podcast. Leave us a review on your podcast platform. Pressing that button and leaving a review will take you 5 seconds max, I promise. It'll help us reach a wider audience, allows more people to discover and enjoy the show. We'd also love to hear from you. Feedback, suggestions, trivia, poor joke answers to whatever question Aditya vomits out at the end of every episode, and sponsorships. Please sponsor us. You can reach us on
Sponsors.
Instagram at Are You Quizzing Me? We appreciate your support and look forward to sharing more episodes with you in the future. But as usual, before we leave, I'd like to inform you that just after the musical sting, fact checker General Aditya Kashyap will be back to cover our asses for whatever we have blabbed during this episode. So that's all from me.
Have a great day, guys. Thank you so much.
Bye.
And here's the fact check for the episode. The movie Shane was released in 1953 and was obviously not inspired by Yojimbo, which was released in 1961. However, Yojimbo has inspired countless other films, including A Fistful of Dollars, Django, Incident at Blood Pass, Star Wars The Last Jedi, and the last episode of the animated series Samurai Jack. In Chaturanga, the earliest form of chess which originated in India, the piece now known as bishop was alfil, meaning elephant. In modern times, however, Hindi speakers associate elephant to the chess piece of rook and camel to the chess piece of bishop. The word rook has multiple meanings. In the context of chess, it means chariot. It also might refer to the mythological bird from Iranian literature, famously featured in 1001 Nights, helping Sinbad the sailor escape. The third meaning for rook is face. Shah Rukh, the name, means the face of a king or could also refer to the bird. And that's all for the fact check.